Hi Scorpio, welcome to the Smudge Room. I'm Jamie and we're working with 3 decks. I've got the fairies as usual, and then I've got the Osho Zen Tarot, and I've got the Wild Unknown Tarot. So I'm just kind of randomly, just whichever one I feel a pull towards, I'm just pulling from them. And let's get started. Recent past for Scorpio. Let's get me caught up. Ace of Pentacles. New career opportunities, new income, new business ideas, things of that nature. Maybe some of you have started a new job, or have a business plan of something. Justice in reverse. That's not good. You may have gotten kind of, okay, it can mean several things. It can mean there's been a delay in your new income. It can mean that it's been off to a rocky start. It can mean someone screwed you over financially. Let's pull from the Osho deck. We've got silence. Okay, this is kind of like, well, this is moon energy, which can mean that there's been some deception. I think that maybe you were just kind of misled in some regard to this new income or job. There's more to be revealed from this. You're kind of just observing, and I think that this also means that this is going to cycle back around. If there was an individual who screwed you over here, they're not going to get away with it, and eventually it'll come back around to them. Let me pull one more from this one, just kind of get an idea of how you're reacting to this. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands, which is about having your guard up. Understandable. Yeah, you're Scorpio. I'm Scorpio moon, so I can relate to this a lot. Okay. Instead of trusting people until they give you a reason not to trust them, you tend to not trust people until they give you a reason to. So like right out of the gate here, if you've already been screwed over, like you're going to be looking over your shoulder like 10 times harder than you would normally. And I don't blame you in this instance. Let's find out about the energy or the other party, whoever this is. Let's get some info on them, or it might just be like a company as a whole or whatever. And it doesn't have to be work related. It's just Pentacles always make me think of money and career and that kind of stuff. This could just as easily be, romantic partner, friend, family. Oh, what do we got? Okay, we got the Hermit in reverse and the Daughter of Cups in the upright. Okay, so the Daughter of Cups is like the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is like someone who's coming to you offering maybe a peace offering. It could be somebody who you're in a relationship with. Whoever it is, they don't have the ability to grow by looking within for the answers. They're the kind of person who will seek advice, but probably not so much. They like to hear themselves talk rather than to actually, get guidance in any kind of a way. But the Hermit is a really important, he's the seeker of the deck. He's willing to go off into seclusion to gain knowledge, to become a sage, basically. But this person, it's in reverse, so doesn't have that emotional maturity that the sage that the hermit has. So I'm getting just a lot of like sophomoric, petty. This person is petty. Yeah, for sure. Okay. What else can we find out about this individual? There we go. The Hanged Man. Okay. It's represented by a bat in this deck. This person, despite what I just said, and this could also fall into the petty category if you think about it, but the Hanged Man is making some kind of a sacrifice. Now, in the scenario we're talking about here, his sacrifice could be for his own selfish reasons. Like maybe he's taking the fall for a collective group. Who knows? Or she, not gender specific. The Hanged Man is definitely willing to become enlightened. He just does it in a different way, not like the Hermit does. He's out in front of everybody. So, I'm curious. Let's pull from the Osho. Okay, we got friendliness. These cards don't read in reverse, so I've been trying to kind of honor that. In this case, I the picture, two different colors trying to blend. I feel like this person expected you to perhaps just go with the flow of the way things operate here, And first of all, that's not your style. And second of all, well, stupid to assume anything, ever, really. But I think that they kind of expected you to not be offended by this thing. It's okay that you were offended by whatever this was. I do feel like you kind of I feel like you were misled in some kind of a way, and that that you didn't deserve to be misled, or whatever's going on here. Okay, so in regard to the situation, where are you at in the present? What's going on now? Oh. Okay, we got 10 of Pentacles, so I didn't read that. And the Father of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I think this person is kind of crooked. That's the Father of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like they're wealthy and that they have a legacy. Like they've got some shit that they don't truly deserve, is how I'm feeling. You could be headed towards financial security, but I think it's going to come at a cost, and I think that you're going to be under the thumb of a person who is maybe kind of corrupt. The Father of Pentacles, this is someone who is greedy, someone who puts money above people, and he may have some success, but it's the means to which he became successful are kind of not good, or she. And if this is not a boss or coworker type situation, and let's say it's a romantic partner, Okay, if that's the case, and you have to live with this, like, you're exposing your heart and maybe your home to a person like this, just be really careful. I mean, this is the kind of guy or girl who will tell you they'll give you everything and then clean out your bank account. Like, that's kind of the vibe I get from this. So be careful. Let's pull some more. Let's see what else is currently happening. Okay, we've got the Four of Wands. Let me pull, I've got to pull one more because I can't just read that on its own in this scenario because I know that there's just something. There we go. Maturity. Okay, let me pull one more. Patience and maturity. So this is the happy home card, okay? And then we've got patience and maturity. And I feel like this person is kind of, if it's romantic, promising you happy home, success, we're gonna make all this money, we're gonna have whatever. But going through shady means in order to give you those things. Now, patience, we've got a woman here who's almost 9 months pregnant, or is 9 months pregnant. It's about, and I'll get back to that, maturity, emotional maturity. What are things that make a person mature? Okay, we've got patience, we've got tolerance, ethics. All of these are the things that are going to make up, like, a mature character, okay? This person doesn't have a mature character. This person doesn't have much... God, I just want to say this person's kind of a snake, like... and yeah, it gives me almost like... I don't like them. I don't like them a whole lot. Okay, so... I think that the only way you're going to have a happy home and financial success and security is by doing it through the means that are not going to fail you. Doing things underhanded, under the table. I mean, I feel like this person's going to get arrested doing some shit that they're doing, okay? Now, if this is not romantic, you'll get this rather. You'll have success and stability by doing everything I've just mentioned in the workplace. And, you know, this is kind of the situation, like, where if everyone jumped off a bridge, would you jump too? I mean, I feel like if it's not romantic and it is, like, in the workplace, it almost reminds me of The Wolf of Wall Street. Just, you know, shady from the beginning and misleading and getting people in trouble and having a big high and a bad low. That's yeah. Anything else currently? Well, there it is. Okay, we have the eight of Swords, and this is... Well, it's represented here by a butterfly in the cocoon, okay? In the normal tarot, this is an individual who's blindfolded and surrounded by swords, and they're imprisoned by their own thoughts. But in reality, like, the person can break free from that at any time. And, maybe you'll have to endure this for a little bit longer in order to blossom, or to emerge from your cocoon in this instance. But you can go at any time. I think that's an important message here, especially. You don't have to go along with anybody's bullshit. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And if I really can't stress enough, I feel like this person's going to get in trouble. Like, it's not going to be pretty. Let's get to, let's get to some advice. I'm going to start with these. Comparison. Okay, so this might be a situation where you are looking at what this person has versus what you have. Okay, they might have the fancy car and the expensive house, all that crap, but at what cost? It's almost like they've sold their soul, and there's just not a whole lot. It's just a very shallow energy. You might also be thinking, like, well, all these other people are doing these underhanded things. Like, what's stopping me from doing that? Well, I know you have more character than that. And, if you want to drink the Kool-Aid and have the things that these other people have, free will. I really feel like this is not going to end well. And that, I feel I almost feel like even by association, you could get into some hot water here. Aloneness. Okay. Aloneness is not loneliness. Aloneness is, it's okay, the hermit in reverse, not willing to seek the answers from within. Aloneness is being comfortable in your own skin, being comfortable to be alone. In fact, it's enjoying being alone. And knowing that you're going to gain insight through the process of I don't want to say isolating, because isolating has a negative tone, and that's not what I mean really. But I think that in this case, what aloneness is representing here is having the conviction to go against what everyone else is doing, to stand up and say, I'm not going to do that thing that you guys are doing because I'm not going to do that. That's what I think that card represents. And it's about bravery. It's about standing up for what's right, standing up for yourself, because whatever this is, even if it's not as extreme as the scenario I've painted, you don't agree with this. You see this as something, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but this is something that you're not cool with. It's not. It's something you don't roll with, whatever it may be. So, yeah, I think that's pretty fitting advice for, because look, we've got aloneness, we've got silence, we've got maturity and patience. The only card that came out, comparison, like there might be, and it's normal to have to question, like, everybody else is doing this thing, but everything else, these are all like really, really strong qualities of a person who has, what's the word I'm looking for? Good character, but admirable traits. These are admirable traits, and this is greed, and it's icky. It's it's kind of icky. Okay, well, let's do a fairy card. We're still recording. Okay. Let's see. Let's give Scorpio some more advice. Okay. Okay, well, we've got the clean slate card, so that's good. That might be an indicator to scratch this off and begin again, which I know doesn't sound appealing, I'm sure, but it's better than rolling with trash. Sorry, it just came out of my mouth. Ooh. I think we should acknowledge this too, actually. The Oakmen and the Singer of Transfiguration. Let's just talk about all of them. So, the Oakmen, this is the sage. This is the wise man, the wise old man of the deck. So we've already talked about how that applies in this scenario. So someone who not only seeks the answers, but he shares his wisdom with others. And like there might be somebody in this, let's say it's the workplace, in the same boat as you're in, but they don't have the balls to like stand up and say, I'm not going to do what you're doing. You know what I mean? So you could be inspiring someone to also do the right thing. And then the Singer of Transfiguration. You had the cocoon, you had the butterfly getting ready to emerge. And this is 11. It's good. It's a good numerology number. Transfiguration. I think that this is going to be even bigger than just you standing up for what's right. I think that something else, doing what's right here is going to in turn lead to something else that's going to be bigger and better than you ever could have thought. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a tough spot. It is. And I hope that helps. I'm sure that reading might only apply for a few of you, but anyway, I hope you liked your reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye.